Now, this person is a game developer, a AAA game developer, the creme de la creme, the top de la top. And they used to work for Suicide Squad. Amazing game. Was a blockbuster hit. And they were really happy about the race swapping of Deadshot. Like a geneticist tinkering with the human genome. They took Deadshot and they made him black. It was like great, right? Condemn, sweet baby criticism. How dare you criticize? Like those people are above you. They're on the top. Who do you think you are, peasant? To look up to your betters and offer criticism. You don't complain. You just buy. Okay? Only buy. No complain. Only buy. But now, apparently, it is time for the game developer themselves to have criticism. And the problem is, when you don't have that much empathy, like when other people are complaining, and you don't really try to understand them, you don't really try to negotiate, it's going to be very difficult for those people to empathize when you have a complaint. It's going to be very difficult for those people to listen to your grievance and negotiate. Because what you're doing is like when you're fanning the flames of animosity and you're like, I am part of the good people, you're part of the bad people, then when you have a problem, don't expect the alleged bad people to come in and listen. But still, it's important to take note of the problem. So this developer says that there have been a handful of times when they pitched black women characters that look like this. Then after 10 iterations, the concept or model comes back without a speck of the original beauty that they pitched. And they're responding to Buiko Saka's girlfriend, Tolami Benson, in the stand wearing his Arsenal squad number. So basically, he's pointing to a real-life woman, which the Americans worship. They worship reality. Like, this is a real woman. We worship you because you're real. We do not like any of those pixel, the fiction. The fiction is evil. We want realism. And the developer here, I assume they're from Palestine, right? Because they have the flag of national origin. Is that how it works? They're basically saying that despite the fact that they're pitching women like this, they come out like this. I'm not talking about mild changes. I'm talking about pose, aura, style, softness, age, flair. I have given Gamergate men fuel, but it's very difficult to pitch beautiful or vain black women in games without them coming back like grocery store aunties. There is room for both. No, there is no room for both. You only have room for the grocery store aunties. They're the only ones allowed to comment. I love the fact that it's like I gave Gamergate fuel men. It's like, first of all, there are a lot of women that are in Gamergate. You gave them fuel as well. But secondly, we don't really need fuel. Like in Gamergate world, the fuel is like during COVID, the stock for fuel is actually on the minus. Like we have so much fuel, we just don't need any more. Like, sorry, there's no room. Like we don't have where to put it. All the fuel warehouses are full. Joe Biden hasn't joined Gamergate yet, so he hasn't actually released some of that national emergency supply fuels. No, like we have so much fuel, it's unreal. So we don't need any more. We already know about this. Like all of this is already documented. It's nice that you're just confirming what we've been talking about for the last 3 years. But we already know, like it's self-evident at this point. We can see it. We have eyes. We don't need any additional insight. But the thing that I find it hilarious, right? Like you cannot be on board with the holy, sanctified diversity, inclusivity, and equity, and only pick and choose what you like. It's a package deal. You pick one, you get everything. It's kind of like those evil cable companies that if you wanted to have a subscription with them, they would force you to subscribe for like 1 year. And they would also force you to get like 40 television channels that you would never watch because it's included in the package. It's the package deal. And you can't opt out. So if you enjoy race swapping characters, if you enjoy like just plucking a person on the street and going like, voila, this is Deadpool. You take an Asian man, it's like, okay, this is now Shaggy. You take a terrier and it's like, okay, this is Scooby-Doo. It doesn't even have to resemble the original character at all. It's just like, you can take like the fattest man in the world and say, okay, this is Thor. It like, no resemblance, no, it doesn't have to look the part. You just basically say that everyone that disagrees is a bigot, right? If you love that shit, Well, you gotta like this stuff as well because you're part of an alliance now, whether you know it or not, right? The alliance includes the LGBT community, and the LGBT community wants inclusivity as well. They want representation as well. A lot of people do not feel represented by this. This is a woman, what Matt Walsh would call it. They want to see body type B. They want to see body type B characters where you can associate pronouns to. That's what they want to see. So you can't weasel out of it, right? It's an entire package deal that you co-signed on the moment you hoisted the flag. But since I have been offered fuel, my grandma told me that it's not nice to be wasteful. So I shouldn't waste the fuel that was offered me. This is literally what happens, right? Like a lot of people believe that gaming companies just come out with a character that looks like this. It's almost like they drew it yesterday and they announced it today. But no, the reality is there's an entire team of people that are dedicated to supervise the way the character comes out from the beginning and the way the character ends up as. So they are the ones that decide. When we say censorship, that's what we mean. Like you have an artist that's not allowed to create, basically. Right? This is why corporations cannot make art and they're soul crushing for the artists. Because you get a job as a corporation and you at a corporation and you get to create various characters that you like. And the moment that you work there, they will tell you, no, you're not going to create this. You're going to create Steven Universe shit, or you're going to create grocery store aunties. And yeah, notice the exact same thing that I've been complaining on this channel for so long, right? The age of the character as well, like all of them are over the age of 35, even though most of these games are supposed to appeal to teenagers. And usually the characters from a video game should be around like 5 or 6 years older than the targeted demographic. So if you're going to appeal to people that are 16 to 18, like in games rated T for teens, you're supposed to make characters that are around the age of 22, 25. So yeah, like this is what's going on. It's the aging up of the character, the androgyny of the character, the racial swapping of the character, which, you know, this game developer seems to like. It's like one of the only aspects of inclusivity that they enjoy. But it's also there. And you get all these bland-looking characters. Like they describe them, it's vain black women in games without them coming back like grocery store aunties. It is what it is. And then you have like an army of people on Twitter that if you point it out and you complain, they will be like, you are the Khmer. Oh, you're Khmering. You just want to Khmer. And if you don't respond to that, they go for the next shock value. Oh, you are the pedophile. Oh, you just want young characters in video games. It's like, no, I just want games to look like they used to be in 2014. That's what I want. I just want to go back to the same characters like Neverwinter Nights used to have, like Dragon Age used to have, like Tomb Raider used to have in Tomb Raider Survival, right? When you looked at those characters, did you see children? Because if yes, then maybe that's a self-report for you. And none of those games even had anything pornographic in them as well. Like, we're talking about, like, mainstream games, rated T for teens, you know, mature games, rated M for mature. I'm not talking about AO games. I'm just talking, like, you know, the stuff that you see these characters in that are ugly. They're ugly. They look like they come from California. Let me know what you guys think, though. And as usual, I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.